Welcome to the Family Cookbook tutorial on ordering your printed cookbooks. It's actually just a few handy steps. You simply run a current preview of your cookbook to make sure the system is up to date with the number of pages in your book and how many color pictures you have. Review that a little bit, make sure everything is as you like it. Then you go to the Printing and Publishing Center, check your pricing, and then place your order with your shipping address. So here's how you do it. Here is your quick start page. You can also get to this Printing and Publishing Center from your editor activities right here, Printing and Publishing, where you can also, on your quick start, come down and go to the Publishing Center. And pretty much the steps are right here for you. First is preview your cookbook. There is a section on what binder type and lamination options you might like, and we'll glance at that, but there's some more deep tutorials on that. By the way, you can also self-publish. So you can print to your computer printer. You can take a file to your local printer. But what we're talking about today is actually have us professionally print your cookbooks for you. And there is print pricing and order your cookbooks. Check your print status once your order is in. By the way, all three of these do go to the same spot, and you'll see those in a moment. So first and foremost, let's run a preview of your book. We'll click on that link. Takes a second for the system to generate, and here it is. There's two things you can do. You can download a PDF to your computer and look at it that way, or we have a 3D preview right here in your browser, and that's what we'll look at now. And it will pop up your book in a nice little easy to flip preview of your cookbook. So you can take a look and see how everything is for you. By the way, let's talk about the preview window just quickly. For one thing, you can do this in a full screen mode by clicking this icon up here. And then you've got a nice big full screen of your cookbook. You can also navigate quickly by table of contents. So if you wanted to jump to your back cover, for example, you can simply click that button and it jumps to your back cover for you. Or if you wanted to take a look at your main courses, beef, pork, and lamb, it'll jump right to there for you, quick and easy. You can also see a little page preview of your entire book and just scroll and jump and say, well, I want to jump over here. And it'll jump to the page for you. Just FYI on that. One quick note also on preview. In order to make the system be able to download and generate the pages quickly, it does use low resolution versions of your photos in the preview. So if you zoom in, you may find out that this is just a little bit soft, and that is actually the way we do it. So it's a quick download. When we do print your cookbooks, we will use the full resolution pictures that you uploaded. So you're going to preview your cookbook by flipping through the pages, making sure everything looks just as you want it to. And once you're happy with that, the next step is to order your cookbook. Now, you can click right here to go to the printing and ordering page, or go back to your Printing and Publishing Center and click on print pricing. Now, one quick note before we go there, I'm going to mention the binder and lamination options. Obviously, you can get a book with our patented plastic coil, choose colors on that. We have a hardcover option, and there's always new binding options coming in. We'll let you know about those as they come, but you can find them under binding and lamination options. So let's go to pricing. Again, this is the same exact page as if we had also clicked order your cookbooks or check your print status. They will all come to the same place. When you actually order your books, the print status will show up here at the top. So just FYI on that. So first thing you're going to want to do is see what is the cost per book. One note on printing: the more books you order, the less per book you'll be paying. So for example, if you've got a large family and you've got a reunion or want to give a bunch out for holiday gifts, let's say you have 150 books you'd like, you can click calculate. And right away, you'll find out that the base price prior to any color pictures is just $5 per book. Now, you also will have 21 color photos in your book, so that adds another $3. And in this case, we chose front and back lamination. So that adds an additional 50 cents. So it'll be $8.89 a piece. Now, if I just got one cookbook, same exact settings otherwise, you'll see it jumps to $48 a book. Now, it's a very good price. If you were to try and print locally for one book with as many pages as are in this, you're going to find it's probably a much more expensive proposition. We try to be very competitive with our pricing. But if you do happen to find something that seems a little bit too good to be true, let us know and we'll take a look also with you. So that's how you get your pricing. And let's order 10 books in this case. And you'll see a jump from $40-something to $22. Very quick and easy. It also lets you know that you've got 22 color pictures in the system. You may not know, but black and white photos are free, but the system doesn't know color from black and white. You actually have to set your photos under photo settings, and you can go to your editor activities photo center for either cookbook pictures like your cover or divider pages versus recipe pictures. But in either case, you can set them to black and white, even if they are color, and we don't charge extra for the black and white. We do for the color. A couple of other things you can choose in your pricing area is custom color cover. So if you're not using one of our covers and you're not just doing a simple small picture of your own on top of one of our covers, but you've created your own custom color cover, you'll want to select that also. That's 50 cents per book. You also have a couple of paper options. Our standard 60-pound white paper is very nice, but you can also upgrade to a premium white glossy paper, which is super nice, but that adds 4 cents per page. That's up to you. We certainly think that's worth it. It's a beautiful, beautiful option. You can also see your settings here that you have set. In this case, we're using a black coil as our binding. We're using our 5.5 by 8.5 size book, and see the recipe box open cover option, some cover background colors and text colors by default, our divider options, etc. You can see those. You can change your settings anytime you like prior to ordering as well, and you can take a look again by previewing to see how those make a difference. Some options, especially like recipe layouts, may change page count. You may be able to have fewer pages, cost a little bit less, or more pages, cost a little bit more, based on font sizes and whether you have just one recipe page per page, that type of thing. So check those out when you get a chance. One other thing to make note of, if you're looking at this tutorial prior to getting too many recipes in the system and you want to know what your pricing might be once you get finished. So for example, I have 51 recipes on 82 pages. I have some long recipes. You may say, but I'm going to have a couple hundred recipes. Well, that's just fine. You can click this option, and instead of using the actual number of recipes that are in your book right this minute, you can say, I'm going to have 200 recipes and maybe 50 color photos when I'm all said and done. Now, the calculator doesn't know how long those recipes are going to be. It's going to estimate they're going to maybe be 2 on a page. If you think there's going to be fewer on a page than that, you may bump up your count to account for it. But in any case, if you think I'm going to have 200 recipes total, a couple of them on a page will fit, 50 color photos, you can also get an estimate here as well. Now, you can't place the order when you're in this estimate mode. The system won't actually work that way, but you can get an idea of what your pricing might be. But we're going to actually show you how to place your order. So let's go back to our actual recipes and color counts, and you'll note it flips back automatically and gives us our 51 recipe price with 22 color, $28 per book. We're happy with the price. That looks fantastic. Shipping estimate of about 30 bucks a book. Now here's our order form. You just scroll down a little bit, and you can't change the number of books here. It's just reiterating what you put in the calculator above, so it copies it down there. It also copies down the lamination option and reiterates your options here. One big thing before you order, and it'll let you know if you don't do it, is you need to check the little box that says Edit Complete. This is basically saying that you acknowledge the fact that the book is exactly as you want it. You have previewed it. Everything looks just perfect to you, and you are approving it for printing. If you don't check that box, the order won't go through either. Now, one other option that you can choose along the way of your printing order is if you choose to sell your cookbook, if you want this actually to be in bookstores, local bookstores, Borders Books, or in, say, a Barnes & Noble, or on Amazon especially, you will need an actual ISBN barcode, and we sell that, and it's a $137 option. You can check the box to get that, and we will then apply that to your cookbook and put a barcode on the back cover. Not necessary to place an order by any means. We're just letting you know that. And if you want to know some details, you can click this link to find out more about it. To order your book, it's just a simple matter of telling us, where would you like these to go? I'd like them to go to, making up a name here, 123 Main Street. Unit 3G in Hopewell, Maine. I'm making up some numbers. And my phone number. If you have any order comments to us, you can add them here. For example, let me know if this looks good. I will let you know one thing. Our system is mostly automated. Now, a human does flip through really quickly to make sure everything looks good and there's nothing messy. We don't do any proofreading, but we do. If we happen to see a photo, for example, it just looks like a postage stamp, and we pretty much know you didn't want that. You probably wanted a larger picture on a whole page, or if that head got cut off on the cover, we will let you know that for sure. But you can add order comments to the order if you like, and we do take a look at those. So let us know where we're to ship these. You know what your pricing is already from above, and you just simply click Submit the Order. Now, the order's been placed. You'll get an email confirmation on that, and in the email, there's a link to click right back to this page to make your payment. Or if you're ready to go, simply click the order payment link here. It says, fantastic, pay for your printing, and then you'll just fill out the credit card information here. So once you do that, we'll put your order into production. Now, I also mentioned you can check your printing status. So right now we haven't paid for it yet, but if we take a look at our status, now you see there's an order in place. Here's your order number, your recipe title, how many books you ordered, the number of recipes in this order. Now we sent you the pricing, so that's why it says the quote sent. If you had made payment, it would say ready for production. And if it was in the process of being printed, it will say in production. And once it's shipped to you, it will then say shipped, and you'll get an email with tracking. In fact, you'll see the tracking number again reiterated here too. So that is the tutorial on taking a look at your book preview, finding out your cookbook pricing, and ordering your cookbooks.